Hello, everybody, and welcome to this corporation tax update for SMEs Spring 2026. Now, it's quite easy to think not much is really happening in corporation tax when it comes to SMEs, but that's not quite the case. There have been a few changes recently which we need to ensure we're up to speed with, and beyond that, there's been some more significant changes in the past few years which have introduced a lot of complexity into the regime and are proving common sources for errors. So in today's webinar, what I'm going to do is talk you through some of those recent developments, but also look at some things that have changed in the past where we still see people getting it wrong and HMRC asking questions. So what are we going to cover in the course today? Well, I'll start out with those latest developments, in particular, the relevant announcements at the Autumn Budget 2025. I'll then go on to have a little look at capital allowances because we've had some changes announced in this space, and what that's really done is increase the complexity of the capital allowances regime for SMEs and raised the question of which allowance should we claim. So I'll have a little bit of a refresher of the options and talk about what, in my opinion, is the best route to go. I'll then have a look at R&D tax relief. So I'm not going to talk about R&D tax relief a lot. You could talk about it for hours. But what I am going to do is pick up on some recent changes, and in particular, some really quite nasty admin requirements that you need to know about, even if you are not advising directly on the claim, but your client is claiming. I'll then round out by looking at a real area of complexity, and one we know is on HMRC's radar at the moment, which is corporation tax rates. How do we make sure our clients are paying the right rate of corporation tax? And central to that is identifying what referred to as associated companies. So I'll spend some time at the end of the webinar talking through associated companies, why they're important, and how we can spot them, along with some practical tips for talking to your clients.